here we go again. Right, you may have noticed we have a castle. What happened there? Well, there was one of these standing stones was here, and I painted the castle black in behind it. And because the standing stone was in line with the castle, it didn't work. So I painted I thought if I paint the castle the same colour as the standing stone, it will disappear. I thought I'd just block it in to start with. So I think this standing stone went up around there, something like that. So I used a sort of, maybe it was there, maybe the top of that turret was the top of the stone, and I've just gone mental. But what I did like is, because the castle was black before, like this colour in here, and I've lightened it up, it stands out against the sky, and I put these highlights in. But I think these highlights need to be like a bluey colour, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm gonna put like a blue, like a light blue tint. So the blue light of the moon is hitting the side of this castle. That's what I'm going to try and do now for a little bit. Next instalment of Tube TV. Right. So just got a blue, a bit of blue, and a bit of white I've been using before. It's just get like a light greeny. So I've now decided the castle is like the emerald castle, it's made of emeralds. That's why it's green. Tell yourself a story. There we go. Right, let's put my glasses on. My fat head's going to be in the way now, I think. Some of this water might have been dry, but I'll go over it. So, better paint something. There we go. Like a little tiny bit of water droplet. Right, let's just try start up here. Start at the top, work our way down. What I'm just trying to do is come out to the outside edge of this top turret. Not the turret, like the roof of the thing. It's going to look a bit weird till it dries back, but this is like an experimental stage at the moment. Just picking out random little shapes. I think the light might be hitting the tower doing its thing. It's a bit fierce at the moment on the painting, but that'll dry back a little bit flatter. Yeah, I think there's a bit more blue in that. It's a bit fierce. Right. Try and drop a bit of blue into there, see what happens. Sometimes you just just experiment a little bit. So I put the white, I'm just leaving. It's hard to explain. So when you paint, you get these like areas in the paint leave little patterns. I think what I'm trying to say is you don't like it's like a fantasy type castle, so it's all going to be hickledy-pickledy and nooks and crannies, and built by dwarf masons and stuff like that, with gargoyles and stuff. So you're not going to paint it flat. You're going to leave lots of little indentations and random features. You don't want it all to be Gothic. That's the word I'm looking for. Gothic. You want to be Gothic. You want to be thinking Notre Dame. You don't want to be thinking smooth pyramids or straight lines. You want to be Gothic. That's the word we want to look at. We're thinking Gothic. Thinking Gothic. It's a bit fierce up there, but we can knock that back in a minute. Sometimes you got to just try different colours, and I like the way this just blends down to nothing. This is all not quite nice here. See, sometimes things work. You just do it quickly and it works. You just leave it. That's it. Leads into the painting nicely. So we're gonna look here, just on the tops of the ramparts. Is that a word? It is now. They've got the ramparts. No, don't. It's light. It's turn off that. Is that better? I don't know. This bit up here looks totally wrong, but hopefully it's I can darken it down. Let's try a couple of other bits. So what I'm trying to do is have the light of the. That's water. There's no paint on that at all. Right, get the water off. Let's try the. That's oh god, that's too blue now. It's quite good on the monitor. That's just blending down. I'll just put the paint on the top edge, and then I'm just going to blend that into the rest of it. So if you look at that here, the highlight, and I'll put the blue paint on that, it's just knocked it back a little bit. That's what we want. Get your AI doing this, I'll tell you. You won't have a clue. Grok, paint me a Gothic castle, Grok. An emerald at the light is reflecting the moon in a Gothic style. There we go. Grok, sort that out. It'll happen. So the other day we've done a recording and we put this halo in. That could be a bit more blue. So I'm thinking I might actually get rid of that standing stone and put an oak tree. When the branches coming up around and the leaves coming down, it's framing it all. Maybe Michael. We'll see. Right, so I'm trying to paint so you can see. Well, you can still see. I need to paint left-handed, really. I can't do it. I can't paint left-handed. Just trying to do it so you can see what I'm doing, really. I twist my hand around a little bit. I wasn't filming this. What I do, I pick the picture up and rotate it to a correct angle that I can paint at. But for the illustration of this recording, don't like this bit here, but I can do nothing about it. Try to sort it out. There we go. These little bits here, I'm just thinking where the light of the moon is coming across and hitting the side of this castle. I can paint that way, see if I can do that way. That didn't work. It's totally wrong colour. Like green. Green on the damn brush. So it's blue. This is still wet. Let's have a look. There's water on my brush now. God. What am I doing, Michael? Careful not messing nothing up now. Right. Even if it's wrong, I'll come back to that later on. Apart from just up here, it's just too. No, it's too something. Put a bit of power. I think it is. Some of these bits are drying back nice. That's the thing, you put the paint on wet and it looks wrong, and you've got to trust it that it's going to dry back in a manner that you're happy with. Because the hairs are the main feature, so you don't want to overpaint the castle as well. You want to that's a bit better tone value. What's going on there? Nice. I'm just thinking castle type shapes. Don't want to paint all of it, just like little bits, just to suggest what's going on. Another thing I didn't do very well. Well, you can't see because the paint is on an angle to the camera, so you're all a bit skewed with these. I painted the castle very vertical. I should have had it when things are high up, they taper back. So I didn't really think about that, Michael. No, so I've done it very. It could have been exaggerated. That's the word. If I tapered in the perspective, which I didn't do, because I didn't. But that's why sometimes art has got to be just spontaneous and. So this little highlight at the back, that shouldn't be there because the light's coming that side, but it's just against this purple sky that we decided we want to have. I don't know why I've done that there, just lined it up. I can't snap it on, it's just so there we go. Bit more Tagatube TV for you. What I'll do, I'll let that just dry back there. Perhaps get a coffee, see if this uploads, and tell me what you think. And enjoy your weekend and be good. Or don't be good. It's up to you. Right, see you later. Bye bye.